the fact of the matter is that the time ran out, man. It was a bad call. It was a bad play. Let's start off with the final play. The final play, the audio here of the final play of the Cowboys season.
Seconds left.
Here we go.
Down by 6. 2nd and 1 at the Niner 41.
49ers going to play those sideline routes to not let you get out of bounds.
Prescott in the gun, runs up the middle to the 30, to the 25 and slides. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Did he spike it in time? Didn't get it spiked in time.
They haven't said anything official. The back judge, the man deepest away from the ball, he's got the clock. He's keeping track of the clock.
Scoreboard clock is running at 0.
Yeah, so he would be the one to determine where the clock was. Now again, this could.
That's the end of the game.
Oh wow! There you go. People now throwing stuff on the field. That's not good. That's not good. Water bottles are coming down. These officials need to get out of it. Yeah, that's not good. Stay classy, Dallas.
He hit him with the Ron Burgundy. You stay classy, San Diego. That is Brad Sham and Babe Loffenberg right here on San Antonio Sports Star, your home for the Dallas Cowboys.
Okay, we're going to get to the whole bottle throwing. Well, you know what? I want to touch about it now a little bit. What grown man or woman at a sporting event throws bottles onto the field? How much of a loser do you need to be to do that, man? Like, I have never been to a game before. I've been in the most dramatic endings of games. I have never once thought, you know what, I want to throw a beer bottle or a water bottle or soda or food on a player. That is pathetic. That is absolutely disgusting. And Cowboy fans should be better, man. They should know better and be better, because that was not one person doing that. That was several people. That is why I question taking minors to football games, because there are jackasses out in the stands. They're all drunk and plastered. Man, I've been to college football games where there are 22-year-olds who are more professional, I guess you could say, better people than the 40 and 50-year-old watching the game in the stands in Dallas or at other NFL stadiums. But that was bad. But what's even worse than that, by the way, is not only the bottles being thrown, not only this bad play, but I cannot believe that Mike McCarthy, Coach Mike McCarthy, is actually defending this call.
It's like anything else. Do you want to be running the Hail Mary play from the 50-yard line, or you want to be running 5 verticals from the 25-yard line? So that's the decision. It's the right decision. It's just like anything. It's, the execution between us and the officiating spotting the ball obviously wasn't in tune. We shouldn't have had any problem getting the ball spotted there. If that's the quote you're looking for.
Is that the quote you're looking for? How about this quote? We made a bad play call.
Mm-hmm.
It never should have happened that way. What were they afraid of? Is Dak Prescott not capable of throwing the ball 40 yards in the air?
No. Okay. He was two-hopping it to receivers all game long, 10 yards down the field.
Rudy J on Twitter earlier said that Cowboy fans will not criticize Dak Prescott, that he's the one person that's Teflon, I guess you can say, on this team.
He's very Teflon because the amount of crap that Romo took for the majority of his career, and you come out in a playoff game and look like that. That is a bad look. Like, you were off target. Your throws were not accurate. And a lot of throws were short, like well short of receivers. Like, Dak was off, and he was off bad yesterday.
Yeah, 69.3% rating. Dak Prescott was 23 for 43, 254 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. Best throw of the game was actually thrown by the punter.
Which, by the way, can we talk about that play call for a moment?
Okay.
Because a lot of fans are mad that they called the delay a game there. My issue with that play is, A, why are you trying to run the hurry up with your special teams still on the floor, on the field. And on top of that, what you don't understand is when they decided to make that substitution with about 12 seconds left, when the offense runs off, or the special teams runs off the field and Dak and the offense runs on the field, the refs have to hold the ball because you have to give the defense time to match your substitution package. You can't do that. It's illegal.
I was screaming, line change, like it was hockey. And the other thing I was screaming the entire game, Pledge, was what? Turning point!
Turning point!
Turning point! And you accuse me of wanting to change rules mid-game.
Oh, you were trying to change every rule that went against you mid-game. Is that really a hold when he's tackling him to the ground?
My favorite was the Niners had a 3rd and 13, and the Cowboys got called for a defensive penalty for 5 yards, and it was an automatic first down. And I was like, wait a minute, they needed 13 yards. It's a 5-yard penalty. What kind of communist crap is this, man?
It's only been that way for the entirety of the sport, and it's never been an issue to you until your money was on the line.
So, yeah, that's right. I had money on the line, and I had reputation on the line because I had my prediction on the line.
And it was all wrong.
It was all wrong. But, man, there's got to be a scapegoat, baby.
You know who the scapegoat is?
Who is it?
It's the Dallas Cowboys. The Dallas Cowboys didn't suddenly walk out and commit 14 penalties. They've been doing that all game. They didn't suddenly, in late game situations, start mismanaging the clock. Mike McCarthy's been doing that all season long. This is the Cowboys, who they were, and that's who they look like against good teams when they're not beating up on the Giants or Washington. This is who the Cowboys were this year. They just benefited from an extremely soft schedule to where if you look at any of the good teams that they played this season, they lost.
Oh, I agree. I mean, looking back at it, I agree. The one thing that's kind of concerning, though, is you mentioned the Cowboys and penalties. They had 14 penalties for 89 yards. It felt like 30 penalties for 200 yards because the flags kept coming and coming and coming. But again, not a new thing because the Cowboys had the most penalties out of any team in the NFL this season. But again,
you don't win Super Bowls like that.
But again, someone needs to be the scapegoat. And Dak Prescott, after the game, talking about, the bottles being thrown, and they asked him about that, but he kind of deflected a little bit as to, he deflected a little bit as to maybe who the scapegoat should actually be.
No, I didn't see that. It's sad. I mean, you're talking about a team, you're talking about men that come out each and every day of their lives and give everything to this sport, give everything to this game of football. Nobody wants to succeed more than we want to succeed. I understand fans and the word fan for fanatic. I get that. But to know everything that we put into this day in and day out, try our hardest. Nobody comes in the game wanting or expecting to lose. And for people to react that way when you're supposed to be a supporter and be with us through thick and thin, that's tough.
At the referees.
Yeah. They were well, shit, credit to them then. Yeah. Credit to them.
Dak Prescott, shut up, dude. Seriously, man. At some point, somebody needs to be accountable. And Rudy J earlier talking on Twitter about how no one holds Dak Prescott accountable, or not as many people as there should be. That was disgusting to hear that. Oh, credit to them. They're throwing bottles at the officials. Credit to them. Oh, that's a good thing because you cannot take blame for having a bad game, right, Pledge? He cannot accept his own responsibility. This is the turning point for me.
Turning point
on Dak. Oh God, I'm saying it again, but it's a turning point for me when it comes to Dak Prescott because this right here, in a heated moment after the game, where he's frustrated, it's unbecoming, dude. Can you imagine Tom Brady advocating bottles being thrown at officials? No. Can you imagine Aaron Rodgers advocating that? Can you? Well,
actually,
maybe.
Actually, yeah. That one I can't
when
see.
Those words came out of my mouth, I had to reel them back in, right?
Like, really?
But Drew Brees would never have done that. Russell Wilson never would have done that as well. But, for Dak to go that far really throws me off, man.